afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend.
How about the weekend, the
Summer.
weather?
Wow.
I know, it was so nice.
It was a little hot.
It was a little hot.
It was 86.
I know. But these are days to savor.
Enjoy it now, yes.
Exactly.
It's a big change coming up. We'll talk about that coming up in the weather. Getting a COVID vaccine is now not as straightforward as when the government was paying for them. Our Braden Ross will tell you how to get one on your insurer's dime.
Former President Donald Trump spends the day in a Manhattan courtroom. I'm Astrid Martinez with the start of the civil fraud case against him and what he's saying about the case.
And we could really use your help, thanks to everybody who's donated so far. But we need some more coats for our Coats for Kids campaign, and this is the last week to donate. We'll tell you how coming up.
All right, let's take a look outside. Another warm October day.
The colors are really starting to pop now.
And it's so strange to have fall colors with these warm temperatures.
Right, but doesn't that make the colors more vibrant?
We'll find out later and be on the barometer.
Warm days and cool nights, right? That's the magic combination.
Gary's in the backyard.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, we also could be close to a record high temperature for tomorrow as well. Last couple of days, the records were a little bit higher, so even though our temperatures might have been a degree or two warmer than they'll be tomorrow, we still have the potential for setting a record tomorrow. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. Of course, having the sunshine certainly helps, and there's lots of it across most of the Midwest. Just a couple of showers up in far northern Wisconsin, but those have dissipated, and you can see while low temperatures this morning were in the upper 50s, that dry air warms up pretty quickly. So it's a little chilly if you go out early in the morning, but take a look at where these temperatures are now. Well into the 80s across all of southern Wisconsin, even near Lake Michigan. Temperatures are around 80, but farther out to the west, they're in the middle 80s. Here in Dane County, 84 right now in Middleton, 83 degrees in Stoughton, and 83 right now in Mount Horeb. Look for skies to be mostly clear this evening. Temperatures only dropping off into the upper 60s by late evening. Later on, I'll tell you how warm it'll get tomorrow and how cool it'll be by the end of the week once a couple of cold fronts come through.
Well, let's go for the record. You might as well, right?
Right.
All right, Gary, thank you. The vaccine season is upon us despite the temperatures, and that means it's time for another COVID shot.
But getting the shot this year might not be quite as easy as it's been in the past. Our Braden Ross is here with all the information you need to make sure getting your COVID shot won't mean taking a shot to your wallet. Braden?
Yeah, until this spring, the federal government was the one footing the bill for your COVID vaccines, but now you'll have to go through your insurance to make sure your shot is covered. But here's the good news.
Everyone should be able to access a vaccine at no cost to them, no matter what, if they have insurance or not. Just some of the things have changed in how we're able to provide that.
So here's the breakdown. If you have insurance, you'll have to go to an in-network provider, whether it's a pharmacy or your doctor, to make sure your shot is covered. If you're an uninsured adult, you can get your COVID vaccine for free through your local health department. In Dane County, that's Public Health of Madison and Dane County. Uninsured kids can get the vaccine for free through the Vaccines for Children program. You can find a provider for that through the Wisconsin Department of Health's website. And to find out which locations near you actually have the vaccine in stock, just head to vaccines.gov. Now, for right now, though, that might actually be a little bit of a challenge. Pharmacies nationwide have had issues getting enough vaccine supply to meet the demand. Coming up at 5, I'll have the latest on when vaccines could be easier to find.
All right, we will see you at 5, Braden. Thank you. Kamala Harris is rescheduling her planned visit to Madison this week. The vice president was planning to visit UW-Madison as part of a multi-state campus tour. The decision to reschedule was made so that the vice president can attend funeral services for the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. Those services are being held Wednesday and Thursday this week in California. No word on if or when the vice president will visit the UW-Madison campus.
One person was injured early this morning in a duplex fire in Verona. Multiple units responded to the duplex on Lyle Street in Verona. Dane County dispatchers confirmed the call came in at 3:05 a.m. Upwards of 30 emergency officials responded to the scene. One person was injured, taken to the hospital, though their condition was unknown. All the other residents were accounted for and safe. The duplex was a total loss. Well, after a 3-year pause, federal student loan payments have resumed for borrowers all across the country.
Our Jalen Bangs joins us now with more on what you need to know before you start making those payments again. Jalen?
The pandemic-era pause of federal student loan payments has come to an end, but here are some things to keep in mind. In August, the Biden administration launched the SAVE plan, a loan repayment program that lowers the cost of monthly payments based on income and household size. Under that plan, if you are a one-person household and you make $32,800 a year or less, you won't have to make any payments. The same goes for a four-person household that makes $67,000 and $500 or less. Another thing for recent graduates to remember, you have a 6-month grace period after graduation before loan payments begin.
Critical for students to know after graduation or even now after this postponement, because many students have graduated during this 3-year period. The first thing that they need to know is who their servicer is, who their loan servicer is. If they've not had heard from the loan servicer, which they should have by now. If they have not, they need to make sure that they make direct contact to that servicer.
The state plan also significantly decreases monthly payments by increasing the income exemption from 150% to 225% of the poverty line. Tonight at 5, we'll have more on what to look out before submitting those payments once again.
Jalen, thank you. See you at 5. Don't be fooled by the unusually warm weather. It's going to get cold again, and quickly. The Coats for Kids campaign comes to a close this Saturday and aims to help keep Dane County kids warm through this coming cold months. The campaign still needs help to cross its donation goal. You can head to any Clinky Cleaners and they'll clean and donate coats you drop off. It's all about helping out in the community and making sure kids have quality coats.
It's an effort to collect coats to make sure no kids are cold this winter, and that's kids in Dane County. And we know that there are many that actually coats are expensive. There are many that are in need.
The program is also looking for volunteers later this month to help distribute the donations they receive. Those dates are October 20th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. You can find more details and the sign-up sheet on our website at channel3000.com.
The Madison School District is on the search for its new leader. The district is holding 3 listening sessions next week on October 3rd and this week, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. During those sessions, parents will be able to outline characteristics and responsibilities they'd like to see in the next superintendent. MMSD is looking to fill the vacancy created when Dr. Carlton Jenkins left in July. Jenkins led the district for 3 years, including through the bulk of the pandemic. Lisa Quisted has been working as interim superintendent.
Well, almost 2,000 miles away from home, 16 members of SSM Health are currently on an 8-day mission trip to Guatemala. They're working as part of a group that's there to provide health care to local residents. The team flew out to Guatemala City and then made the drive over to Ritalaju. High spirits, eager patients, and overflowing waiting rooms greeted them. They set up a pharmacy, a PACU, and operating rooms. Care items are also being given out to the children, including Beanie Babies and other toys. Team members have said they're very happy they're able to use their gifts and knowledge to help those in need. Former President Donald Trump appeared in a New York courtroom today to defend his company's business practices. The civil suit accuses him and his company of fraud by inflating the value of Trump Organization properties.
The frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination calls the lawsuit another attempt at election interference. Astrid Martinez reports from outside the court in Manhattan.
We're going to be here for months with a judge that already made up his mind. It's ridiculous.
Former President Donald Trump slammed the civil lawsuit against him, his family, and his company as the trial got underway in a Manhattan courtroom Monday.
Donald Trump and the other defendants have committed persistent and repeated fraud.
New York Attorney General Letitia James brought the case, accusing Trump, his sons, and the Trump Organization of inflating the value of properties by hundreds of millions of dollars while pursuing favorable bank loans.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
But Trump and his lawyers argue the disclaimers made on the financial statements make clear the values listed are just estimates.
We have a clause in the contract. It's like a buyer beware clause. It says when you take a look at the financial statement, don't believe anything you read. This is up front.
This trial is one of the many legal headaches for the GOP presidential frontrunner who has been indicted 4 times since March. Trump maintains he has done nothing wrong and that all these cases are politically motivated.
If I weren't leading in all the polls, or if I weren't running, I wouldn't have any of these cases. I wouldn't be seeing you this morning.
Prosecutors are seeking a ban on Trump doing business in New York and $250 million in penalties. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Last week, the judge in the case ruled Trump and the Trump Organization did commit fraud in their business dealings. If the ruling is upheld on appeal, it could force the business mogul to give up Trump Tower and other high-profile properties.
The judge is now hearing from both sides regarding the 6 remaining claims. The non-jury trial is expected to last 3 months. California's first mental health reform in more than half a century takes effect today in 7 counties, including San Francisco. The Community Assistance and Recovery Empowerment, or CARE Court, is designed to fast-track assistance for people with severe mental illness and housing. Under the CARE Court program, judges review petitions for treatment, which can include everything from medication to therapy and housing. Governor Gavin Newsom created CARE Court as a way to address the homeless crisis in California.
It means preventing individuals from becoming homeless while suffering from severe mental illness. It means less people receiving their treatment or services in jail, which are now acting as our de facto mental health services. And it also means less people under conservatorship. But most of all, and what's most important to me, this means hope.
But civil rights advocates caution the new process could force vulnerable people into treatment. The program is voluntary, meaning those in CARE Court have the option to refuse assistance. CARE Court goes into effect in Los Angeles County in December and in the rest of California's counties in January.
Well, America's new favorite pastime found a home in the nation's capital. Pickleball enthusiasts hit the courts under the long shadow of the Washington Monument. Newcomers to the sport could get a lesson, and the 3-day pop-up play welcomed all ages and skill levels. Time-lapse video shows the temporary installation of the small courts, making it easy for people to meet and greet as soon as they pick up a paddle.
Oh, what a fantastic venue. Love it. Beautiful day, the backdrop is amazing, and it's a great crowd.
We hope to join new people into the mall and experience the National Mall and know that it offers great fun experiences, not only sporting experiences, but other ways to learn.
And the competition was fierce but fun. Pickleball is currently the fastest growing sport in the United States.
You tried it yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'll take you out. It's fun. It's really fun.
My knees cannot take that.
That's why it's so popular, though, because anybody can play.
Okay.
You don't have to be in great shape. You can even play with your knees.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll try it.
Yeah.
Still to come at 4, we'll head to the movies with our film critic Will Loper.
There is an unlikely new #1 at the box office. We'll have the numbers. Will have the numbers for us when Live at 4 continues.
At Informed Choice Insurance Agency, we're proud of our 5-star reviews.
My agent Matthew explained everything about Medicare and the needed supplemental insurance. He took the time to show me several different plans and the plus and minuses of each policy.
Andrea was amazing, from her knowledge to her presentation to her skills in navigating complicated and intimidating waters. I cannot emphasize enough how much she helped me and my family.
Need help with your Medicare or Marketplace health plans? Get 5-star service at Informed Choice Insurance Agency.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. Bone
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Feldco's got you covered this fall with 40% off windows and 40% off roofing. Plus, no interest for 1 year. 40% off windows and roofing won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Okay, Floor & Decor, show me what you've got. This house says spa day all day, but this modern look is so me. How's that for on trend and on budget?
At Floor & Decor, with our high-quality selection at everyday low prices, your upgrade has never been more you. Explore Floor & Decor today.
When an inexperienced Whole Foods driver tipped his truck over while pulling off the interstate to take a break, a bus carrying a high school band ran into the overturned semi. The crash killed 5 people and injured dozens of others. 2 of the victims' families hired Habish, Rotier. The settlements they received totaled over $4.5 million. And the skill expended by the Habish team is head and shoulders above one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Future Motion is recalling all of its one-wheel electric skateboards after reports of 4 deaths and multiple reports of serious injuries.
In the recall notice for the 300,000 of these self-balancing skateboards, the Consumer Product Safety Commission warned people to immediately stop using them. They can stop balancing the rider if the board's limits are exceeded, posing a crash hazard. The deaths were caused by head trauma. The CPSC says at least 3 of those cases, the rider was not wearing a helmet. Future Motion is also rolling out a firmware update for certain models to address the safety issue.
Tesla disappointed Wall Street today. The automaker reported it delivered 435,000 vehicles last quarter and 26,000 less than analysts were expecting this time around. The company said it still expects to hit its target of 1.8 million vehicles for the year. Tesla has been cutting prices on cars to sell more of them, but rising interest rates and increased competition from other manufacturers has been hindering those efforts.
It was a seesaw session on Wall Street to start out the fourth quarter. The Dow Industrials lost 74 points. The NASDAQ, however, gained 88. The S&P 500 was up fractionally. There was still stiff competition at the box office this past weekend.
In the end, cute beat out horror.
Good.
Yeah, right. Here's film critic Will Loper and the Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Susan. The winner of the box office this past weekend was not the 10th movie in a billion-dollar horror film franchise, nor was it the sci-fi film with a $100 million budget. No, it was Paw Patrol, the mighty movie, which just goes to prove, never bet against puppies.
It's showtime!
The film opened to $23 million, and its win at the box office is a clear indicator of the lack of kid-friendly films currently in theaters and the desire to see them.
Let's go!
In second place was Saw X, making $18 million.
The cancer is still spreading. I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. There is one person who might be able to help.
This time around, we go back in time, where Tobin Bell plays John Kramer, a.k.a. Jigsaw, the twisted mind behind punishing bad people with horrific traps.
I'd like to play a game.
Taking place between Saw 1 and Saw 2, Kramer heads down to Mexico to pay for an experimental medical procedure and finds out he's been scammed.
The tumor was never removed.
How much time do I have?
Months, at best.
What else is a Jigsaw to do but put the scammers in a sick, sick game? Look, if you like the Saw movies, you know what you're getting yourself into. And the good news is this may not be a good movie, but it's at least one of the better Saw movies. And for fans of the franchise only, it's worth seeing.
Please, don't hesitate.
In third place at the box office is The Creator, making a disappointing $14 million.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. This is a fight for our very existence.
It's the future, and humanity is at war with AI and robots. John David Washington plays a man sent to find the ultimate weapon, but when it's in the form of a child who may have clues to his wife's whereabouts, he goes on the run.
Whoever has that kid wins the war.
And he runs and runs. This movie is mostly explosions and running. The film is absolutely gorgeous to look at, the effects are terrific, but just a little more depth in the story would have been appreciated. The Creator isn't a slam dunk, but it's still worth seeing. And finally, expanding wide and opening in 7th place with $3.5 million is the film Dumb Money.
How much did we make today?
$5 million?
How much did we lose today?
$1 billion.
The film recounts the real-life events of retail investors buying stocks in video game store GameStop and causing hedge fund managers to lose their money in a short squeeze.
Wall Street is betting that this company is going to fail.
The film is similar in many ways to 2015's The Big Short. There's a large cast, a calamity in the world of finance, and a winking sense of humor.
Dumb money, man. Happy to take it.
Dumb Money doesn't reach the heights of The Big Short, but it's still an immensely watchable and enjoyable film with a stellar cast that includes Paul Dano, America Ferrera, Seth Rogen, and more.
You have to testify before Congress. The game has changed.
Dumb Money is absolutely worth seeing and is playing in theaters now.
We need to talk about the GameStop situation.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
That looks pretty good.
That does look good.
That and puppies. Never underestimate the puppies.
That's right. Rules to live by. Well, there may be a golden lining to our very dry summer.
It could bring a more colorful autumn. Gary Canalti goes behind the barometer to show us why when we come back.
Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too.
And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other.
That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Dryness and frizz that keeps coming back could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture. You need Pantene's Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner. It's filled with provitamins to help hair lock in moisture, visibly repairing 6 months of damage in just one use, with no way down. Guaranteed or your money back. For hair that looks healthy and stays healthy. If you know it's Pantene.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
We'll take a look at this. Hong Kong marked China's National Day last night with a fireworks display over Victoria Harbor. Thousands of people flocked both sides of the harbor to watch the show after a 5-year hiatus. The fireworks were canceled in the last few years due to anti-government protests and the COVID pandemic. The 23-minute show across 8 scenes filled the skies with bright red hearts, smiley faces, among the regular fireworks.
It's one of the most beautiful skylines in the world.
Look at that. Yeah. Spectacular. And look at this. Look who's 3.
Uh-oh.
Our junior news hound correspondent, Oliver, turns 3 today. They grow up so fast, don't
they really do. I can't believe that.
Chief photographer Mike Van Susten's birthday is today, and UW host Dr. Jeff Potoff's birthday is today.
We'll have to wish him a happy birthday tomorrow.
The 3 Musketeers.
Honestly, it feels like you got Oliver yesterday. I
know.
Can't believe
it.
You have to bring him in. He's overdue for a visit. We'll put a little birthday hat on him.
We'll bring him in.
Yes, good.
They didn't care for the weather this weekend, those 2 dogs.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, if you have fur, you probably didn't appreciate it. If you like warm weather at the beginning of October, you loved it. And we've got at least 1 more day of that. But after that, some big changes. I'll take a look at your first warn forecast in just a couple minutes.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
My name is Kyla Engelke. I'm a cement mason by trade. All the road builders are insanely busy right now. If someone comes in wanting or needing a job, we've got them. The infrastructure law that Joe Biden got passed is putting people back to work. Look at all of the bridges, look at all of the roadways, look at all of the people that are working. All of that's pretty awesome. To have a president like Joe Biden that's fighting for good jobs, it's huge.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Get ready for a culinary blast from the past. Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 Taste Throwback Edition. Enjoy rockin' flavors at this totally rad throwback retro extravaganza. Dress to impress in 70s to the 2010 style. Help us honor the Best of Madison Readers' Poll winners and celebrate with libations and culinary samples. October 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Get your tickets now at madisonmagazine.com.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A little toasty out there for the beginning part of October. Don't expect this warmth, but we've got it this year. Temperatures were warm at the end of September, and they're just as warm, in fact, even warmer at the start of October. 3 things you need to know. We're going to be looking at near record warmth for tomorrow, possibility of setting a record high temperature here in Madison. But then we have some showers in the forecast Wednesday afternoon as temperatures cool down a notch, and then another round on Friday afternoon, and that'll be followed by even cooler weather. And after that, look for high temperatures only in the middle 50s by Friday into the weekend. But the good news is we should warm up pretty quickly as we head into next week. Now, the record high temperature for tomorrow, 85, set back in 2005. My forecast high, 85, so we would tie the record should we get that warm, and I think we're going to be very close to it, if not there. But again, those temperatures drop off pretty quickly after that. The rain chances on Wednesday will drop us into the mid-70s. Friday still not too bad, lower 70s and just a slight chance for a shower. But that second cold front is the one that packs a punch. That'll drop temperatures into the mid-50s for the weekend. But then we warm back up into the 60s. Notice by then the average high temperature is at 63 degrees. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, most of the country expecting above normal temperatures. The highest probabilities just out to the west of us. Below normal precipitation, though, expected over much of the central and eastern portion of the country. The Pacific Northwest will start to get into an active weather pattern, and they'll get some beneficial rain there. But here in the Midwest, there were some showers and isolated thunderstorms in Minnesota, and watch how quickly they just die in the drier air across Wisconsin. And that's going to be the trend. Even though the jet stream is out of the southwest, there's not a lot of moisture associated with it. So at this point, much of the eastern part of the country is dry. A few thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico, some showers out west, even a little snow in the mountains, and then there's that storm system heading toward the Pacific Northwest, towards Seattle. But at least across our part of the country, things are very quiet, and you can see those temperatures unusually warm. Even near Lake Michigan, the winds out of the south and slightly south-southwest, keeping the lake breeze at bay. So high temperature, or current temperatures are around 80 in Milwaukee, 83 here at Madison, La Crosse at 87. Morris, Minnesota, 91. The Twin Cities just shy of 90 at 89 degrees. They had to cancel the Twin Cities Marathon this weekend because of the warm temperatures. But as we look at future track, notice the winds out of the south continuing and the air stays dry. So clear skies overnight, during the day tomorrow, lots of sunshine. The next weather system starting to develop out to the west, but again, the air across Wisconsin is drier. So as these showers move eastward, notice how quickly they fall apart by early on Wednesday morning. So just a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, most of those during the afternoon and early evening on Wednesday, and then probably dry for Thursday with another round of showers with the second cold front that reaches on Friday. Plan your night, look for a low of 62 in Verona, 62 in Windsor, 59 degrees in Waterloo with mostly clear skies. These temperatures are not that far from the average high temperature for this time of year. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 61, Janesville, 60 at Lone Rock, 63 for low temperature in Prairie du Chien. Tomorrow for Madison, mostly sunny, very warm. Again, a record-tying high of 85 degrees expected. And as we look at future track precipitation for the rain that will fall Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, not a lot. Most areas probably less than 1/10 of an inch, especially north and west of Madison. From Madison to the east, maybe 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain, where there might be an isolated shower or thunderstorm. But as we look at the first one, 7 to 10 day forecast, again, we drop off a little bit for Thursday. Friday, those afternoon showers with the second cold front, and then dry weather returns after that. Most of next week, I think, will be dry, and those temperatures warming right back up to near 70 by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So, you know, at least at this point, we're ahead of the schedule, or we're on the positive side of temperatures as we go through at least the first week.
Average high is about what this time of year?
Mid-60s.
It's nice to, and you enjoy it, but I'm ready to put a sweater on, aren't you guys?
I am too.
You know?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have our chances,
yes,
I'm sure.
That's true.
Not too far down.
It was a hot, dry summer.
It was. And, you know, of course, we're now at the time of year where the leaves change. So for today's Beyond the Barometer, I'll talk a little bit about why our leaves actually change. So, the fall colors usually peak about the first or second week of October here in Wisconsin. What happens is, as the weather starts to cool, the chlorophyll, that's what makes the leaves a green color, that starts to break down. So when that breaks down, the other chemicals that are in the leaves, those become the more predominant chemicals, and those result in different colors. So you can see the different colors and the different chemicals. I can't even pronounce the names of them. I'm not a chemist, but you can see, depending on which of those chemicals is the dominant one in the leaves, that determines whether the leaves are yellow, whether they're red, or whether they're more of an orange type. And then eventually, you know, they turn brown as they die out and fall off the trees. But still, bright colors are more likely when we have a dry late summer. Now, September actually was wet because we had some rain toward the end of the month, but when the days are sunny and we have cool nights, kind of like we have now with the dry weather, that's perfect for fall leaves. And in fact, if we take a look at September, it was actually warmer at the end of the month than it was at the beginning. The 1st of September, we were 82 for the high. The 30th, we were at 84. We were 4.5 degrees above normal. We were as warm as 94 degrees on the 3rd. And you can see precipitation was actually a little bit above normal. Average precipitation, 3.13 inches. We had 3.5, but a lot of that was just in a couple of stretches. Much of the rest of the month was dry. And as far as the fall leaf color report, you can see northern parts of the state now getting close to peak. Here in the southern part of the state, probably another week or two, and we'll be hitting our fall color peak. So, but if you're colorblind like myself, well,
it's all broken.
Well, it's not like you see in black and white, but you just you can't appreciate it as much.
Get out the rakes after that.
Yes.
Well, everybody can get, even if you're colorblind, you got to get out the rakes.
Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah,
You're
interesting.
welcome.
Thank you, Gary.
Well, Stephen Colbert back on television for the first live show in 5 months. We'll hear from eager fans at the Ed Sullivan Theater.
And then coming up next hour at 5, the Dane County Executive released the full 2024 budget. Find out what made the cut and what didn't coming up at 5.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
but it's the smiles we put on your face
With every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
America, it's a 24/7 kind of place. And that's where Ford Escape comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and Bliss with cross-traffic alert to help you get away from it all, even when you're right in the middle of it. You got this with Ford Escape. Choose FlexBuy on Escape with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Give any room a fresh look with 11% off Mohawk flooring at Menards. Mohawk Tile features ceramic, porcelain, and mosaic glass tiles to fit any decor. Clean Protect floor and wall tiles protect against bacteria. Just $159 each after 11% rebate. Elevate your living space with Tarkett flooring. We carry durable laminate flooring, easy to install sheet vinyl, and waterproof vinyl plank. Pick up Bravo sheet vinyl for just 99 cents a square foot after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
New at 5, student loan payments resume. We look at how this will impact students' financial well-being and what options are available to help.
After an unseasonably warm weekend, we'll see another toasty day Tuesday, and we may set a record high temperature as well. Some midweek rain showers will give way to much cooler weather by Friday. At 5, we'll let you know how warm it'll get tomorrow.
The Verona duplex destroyed by fire overnight, a man having to jump from a second-floor window to save his life. I have the details tonight on News 3 Now.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in foggy Seattle. It is 55 degrees.
It's looking like the Pacific Northwest
Yeah, absolutely.
today.
That's like a...
Love Seattle. There's coffee on every corner.
Picture postcard. Well, Hollywood writers are back on the job, which means the laughter returns to late-night TV.
CBS's Allie Bauman caught up with Stephen Colbert fans outside of the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York.
We're back on Monday with a new monologue. Anything happened in the last 5 months?
Stephen Colbert is back at the desk after a 5-month-long writer's strike that dimmed the lights at the Ed Sullivan Theater.
He's brilliant, he's funny, and we've missed him a lot.
A giddy Colbert posted this video from the set last week.
We just had our first all-staff meeting, and we are ready to go on Monday with an all-new Late Show.
Colbert and the other late-night talk show hosts will surely address the strike in their monologues Monday night, just as they voiced their support when scribes walked off the job back in May.
These are our writers, and I'll stick myself in there because I'm WGA too, and they're so important to our show.
Last Week Tonight with John Oliver returned to HBO on Sunday, and the comedian quickly aired his thoughts on the job action.
While I'm happy that they eventually got a fair deal and immensely proud of what our union accomplished, I'm also furious that it took the studios 148 days to achieve a deal that they could have offered on day one.
Here at the Ed Sullivan Theater, fans lined up to see Colbert in person for his first show back.
As soon as I heard the writer's strike was over, I was checking for tickets.
You have to be a part of the audience. You have to feel that energy. It's a one-of-a-kind experience, for sure.
The ongoing actors' strike limits guests on the late-night circuit. Actors are not allowed to appear and promote movies and shows if they are for studios at the center of that dispute.
What is a Kelsey, and where can I find one?
But fans and Colbert himself are delighted to laugh together again. Allie Bauman, CBS News, New York.
Colbert's guests tonight include astrophysicist and author Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You can catch the show live right after News 3 Now at 10, right here on Channel 3. Well, it was the most freewheeling era in Madison radio history, all led by one powerhouse station.
We'll talk about the wild days of Madison radio when Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back to Portage Furniture Store, your forever furniture store. Mr. Aaron Ayers, what does that mean?
Welcome back, Emmy. Yes, when we talk about forever furniture, we talk about generation-lasting, heirloom-quality custom furniture. Case in point, we live it every day. My wife and I, we have a chair in our home that my grandfather sold to my wife's grandparents. Generation-lasting, third-generation-lasting furniture.
Long, long before you and Jen had met. That's an incredible story.
We find love at Portage Furniture.
He can promise that right there. And still free delivery, amazing service from your crew.
We talk about it all the time, the best in the business. Bring it in, set it up for you, move it left, move it right. They are the best.
They're going to take care of you. And it looks like the fourth generation, they're just swooping right in. They're making some decisions here, Aaron.
They're trying to kick us out the door as quick as they can. They're anxious and they're ready to go.
Kenley, are you ready to work in the store someday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
That a girl. High five. We've all had those moments in businesses where you see the salesperson come at you and you're like, oh man, I haven't even had a second to look. Except that doesn't happen when you come to Portage Furniture.
That's right. Really, it's a pressure-free environment. Really no pressure at all. We like the customers to be able to get a chance to look around, to really sit down on the furniture, to lay down on the mattresses, to really, again, have the no pressure atmosphere here at the store.
Absolutely. But they also know their stuff. So when you're ready, when you need them, when you have the questions for them, they're going to be here and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. You know, our staff and our salespeople are very well knowledgeable and they know the product and everything too. So any questions, they're here for you.
From the entire Portage Furniture family, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
Fry
Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Well, as we check first warn traffic, we have our usual delays on US 18151 coming out of Verona, or actually around the Verona bypass because of construction there, down to 1 lane in each direction as they repave it. Also, slowdowns right around Highway PD going into the construction zone. Right now, the Beltline looks pretty good. Not seeing any delays there, as well as I-39, 90, 94, or Stoughton Road on the east side of Madison. Down to the south, there's I-39, 90 heading down toward the Illinois state line. Looks good. US 12 into southeastern Wisconsin. I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee, no delays there. Or north of Madison, we're not seeing any delays on US 151, I-39, 90, 94 into central Wisconsin or over toward the Dells. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Are you Taylor Swifted out? Oh, Michael Owens of Noblesville, Indiana has, just in time for the spooky season, he's put on a skeleton Swiftie up in his front yard, complete with a shimmering rock and reel Taylor's iconic bejeweled blue sequin dress and blonde hair. Michael says this is all in good fun, and if you don't like it, well, that's okay because a lot of people do.
Well, it needs a Chiefs jersey, I think.
Well, that's being put up tomorrow, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
is it
Kelsey's
really?
going up tomorrow.
Okay.
The 70s and 80s are generally considered the glory days of radio in Madison.
Local DJs like Ralph Cohen, Jonathan Little, Pat O'Neill, just to name a few, became household names with their fun antics and their big giveaways.
Madison's wild days of radio are featured in this month's issue of Madison Magazine. The article written by columnist Doug Moe and the legend of Z104 himself, Ralph Cohen, also here.
This is quite an honor.
You work for us now.
Ralph works for us.
Oh, that's right.
Doug, congratulations on your Best of Madison 2 category winners.
Yeah, just quickly, remember Mayor Daley in Chicago and his Get Out the Vote efforts? My wife's Get Out the Vote efforts. Yeah, put Daley to shame, so it's all on her. Yeah.
So this article, a lot of fun. It must have been fun to write.
It was fun to write. I've told a couple of people that it made me wish I had gone into radio back then, you know, and it actually started in the 60s. As I'm researching, I found an incredible story out of the Arboretum, where WISM had buried $1,000 somewhere in the city and given clues, and pretty quickly it became apparent it was the Arboretum. And of course, what happened was an all-out assault on the Arboretum. They tore it apart.
Shovels?
It was just, yeah, and there was a headline in the
off houses.
Yes, a headline in the paper saying, you know, arrest threatened for treasure hunters. So, welcome to radio.
So WISM was really that was the big dog in town. You were at Z104, Ralph.
Yes, I arrived there in '79, and the man who had created WISM in the '60s and '70s, Jonathan Little, he came over to Z104 and we exploded.
As it did FM radio in general at that point in time.
Yeah, there was a transition. The AM radio stations were getting out of the music business because it was tough for them to compete with the sound stereo of FM.
What was it like to give away a house?
Well, I remember
Speaking of crazy giveaways.
Well, it was a massive product. It started with Jonathan's idea, and then it was up to me to I was a promotion director as well, to kind of put this thing together. And we had connections with some of our staff, so we were able to get Governor Tommy Thompson to help officiate. He was even wearing a Z104 shirt, as we awarded at the time, I believe, a $140,000 home, which today would be about $500,000. And this is 1989.
The woman who bought the house, then you DJ'd her wedding,
yes,
right?
After she got emotionally stabilized for winning, because we had all the winners there. She's crying and everything, and a year later, I played her the music for her wedding.
That's incredible. Well, those were the days.
It was fun.
Do you ever realize, how are we getting away with this?
Well, there were times when we almost didn't get away with stuff that we did, but we didn't get quite as violent as they did in the Arboretum, digging up ground and whatnot. But I had an incident.
Well, Ralph tried to pass a phony $5 bill.
$500 bill.
Thought it was
Yes.
500, yeah.
I had a visit, a casual visit from the Secret Service. After we had done a promotion and taken a photo of an actual $500 bill, which are, even today, you don't go down to the Quick Trip and put one of those in the, they generally frown upon that. And we had put it in a publication, almost a full-size color photo.
You can't do that.
No. No, and the Secret Service, they came to the station and they said, I remember the receptionist said, "Oh, Ralph, the Secret Service is here to see you." I thought it was a gag or something. That was the Department of the Treasury, and he said, "Did you do this?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Don't do it again."
We're looking at some pictures from the magazine. There's some familiar faces, Doug.
These pictures are fantastic. All the people you grew
Pat
up
O'Neill
listening
on
to.
the upper right there. I interviewed Pat at some length for the piece, and he talked about when Magic 98, when the bear died. Chief was when
at the zoo?
mentally disturbed guy went into his caged area, and Pat launched a campaign to raise $9,800, Magic 98, right, to get another bear. Well, they raised enough to get two. Wow. Pat shaved his head. That was part of the deal. And he went on the plane to Anchorage. And Magic broadcast live from the airport when they landed. And it was just a different time.
Those were I mean, what changed?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, the easy answer, which is not totally complete, Ralph can probably speak to this as well, was the Telecommunications Act in the 90s, which allowed big conglomerates to buy almost as many stations as they wanted. And they weren't interested so much in local content. They wanted to avoid controversy, and that's what happened.
So the soul was sort of taken out of.
The fun was taken out of it, but that's my biased opinion, of course. And that's why I came to work for you guys. Because you have more fun here. Where's the fun? Oh, it's over at the ISC. Let's go there.
What are we going to give away next?
That's a good question, but we'll have to come up with something fun.
All right. Thank you.
It's a fantastic article. Don't miss it. It's in the Best of Madison edition of Madison Magazine.
Gentlemen,
it's on
thank you.
Thank you.
It's great.
An honor.
A pleasure. A final check of your forecast coming up.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust. Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is now Hy-Vee Perks. Hy-Vee Perks members get members-only prices on hundreds of products store-wide every day. Get your free Hy-Vee Perks membership and start saving today. Bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Hy-Vee Butter, H Perks price $2.98. And Tide Liquid Laundry Detergent, H Perks price $9.97. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
At 5, a Verona duplex destroyed by fire overnight. A man having to jump from a second-floor window to save his life. I have the details tonight on News 3 Now.
And student loan payments resume. We look at how this is impacting students' financial well-being. That's coming up.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes. But we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application.
Boy, what a nice day it is out there, although it is kind of toasty. There's the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Skies are mostly sunny. The Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam, very few clouds over southwestern Wisconsin at this point. As far as temperatures are concerned, This looks more like what you would expect early August, not early October. Even near Lake Michigan, temperatures are right around 80 degrees. Inland, even warmer. Madison right now, 83 degrees. 86 in Boscobel, 85 Prairie du Chien. La Crosse is at 87. Here in Dane County, 82 Sun Prairie, 83 degrees in Mount Horeb, 83 in Sauk City, and 84 the current temperature in Edgerton. Look for skies to be mostly clear this evening. By late evening, temperatures will be down into the upper 60s. That's about what our average high temperature is for this time of year, and we could be close to a record high temperature for tomorrow before we turn cooler at the end of the week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll have the latest COVID and vaccine news with Dr. Jeff Potoff.
And we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the 2023 Hyundai mid-sized SUV, the Santa Fe. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory.
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. The Tommy Van Ness team has a real passion for real estate and would love to work with you on buying and selling your house. We are a multi-award winning team with over $500 million in sales.
Our strong work ethic and negotiation skills will help guide you through the buying or selling process. If you're considering buying or selling in 2023, now is the time.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
They said millions would lose their jobs and the economy would collapse. But this president refused to let that happen. Instead, he got to work, fixing supply chains, fighting corporate greed, passing laws to lower the cost of medicine, cut utility bills, and make us more energy independent. Today, inflation is down, unemployment the lowest in decades. There's more to do, but President Biden is getting results that matter.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In today's Final Touch, a doggone bizarre traffic moment caught on camera.
It's gone viral, and once you see it, you'll understand why. Police in Slovakia had a bone to pick with a motorist after traffic cameras captured what appeared to be a man's dog behind the wheel of a speeding car. In what's already a legendary Facebook post, police shared a traffic cam image clearly showing the dog behind the wheel. Now, according to the post, the driver who was cited and fined claimed the dog unexpectedly jumped into his lap, but police say there was no video evidence to support the claim. In fact, no moving video was released at all, which is a doggone shame.
Yes, it is.
I think he'd look twice. That'd be a double take seeing that going down the road. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.